Gloria's Heights boarding school was one of the best schools in town. The buildings were tall, the classrooms were clean, and the students wore neat uniforms. Parents loved sending their children there, believing it was a safe place to learn. But no one knew the darkness hidden behind the school walls. Every few months, a student went missing. Sometimes it was a junior boy, sometimes a senior girl. The school owner, Mr. Daramola, would always tell parents that the missing student ran away or left for family reasons. But the students knew something was wrong. Whispers began to spread across the dormitories. Some students said they saw strange shadows moving around the school at night. Others claimed to hear crying voices coming from the old building behind the school chapel. Yet, no one was brave enough to find out what was really happening. But Rejoice was different. She was a quiet girl, smart and brave. She had joined the school only a year ago, but she was already one of the top students. When her best friend, Anita, went missing, Rejoice's world fell apart. Anita had told Rejoice she was scared the night before she disappeared. She said she had seen Mr. Daramola and some teachers wearing black clothes late at night, walking towards the forest behind the school. Rejoice didn't believe her at first, until Anita was gone the next morning. From that day, Rejoice made up her mind to find out the truth. She started paying attention to everything. She noticed that every time a student disappeared, the owner held a staff meeting at night, and no one was allowed near his mansion. Strange lights glowed from the windows, red and sometimes purple. Even the security guards looked scared on those nights. One Friday night, Rejoice decided to follow them. When the lights went out, she sneaked out of her dorm with her phone and a small flashlight. Her hands were shaking, but she knew she had to do it. She followed the faint sound of drums and chanting until she reached the old hall behind the school. What she saw made her freeze. Inside the hall were Mr. Daramola and some teachers, all wearing black robes. There was a large table with candles and a strange drawing on the floor. They were chanting and bowing to a statue that looked evil. On the table, Rejoice saw a photo of a student, and it was the new student who had just resumed 2 days ago. Rejoice quickly hid behind the door and started recording everything on her phone. Her heart was beating fast. Then, one of the teachers turned around and saw her reflection in a mirror. He shouted, "Someone's here." Rejoice ran as fast as she could, her slippers falling off. They chased her across the field, but she managed to slip into the dormitory and hide under her bed. The next morning, she quietly sent the video to the police using the school's Wi-Fi before anyone woke up. Later that day, police cars arrived at the school. Everyone was surprised and confused. The officers searched Mr. Daramola's mansion and found secret tunnels, ropes, and human bones. It was then discovered that Mr. Daramola had made a deal with a dark secret society. Each year, he had to sacrifice a student to keep his wealth and power. Rejoice's video became the final proof that exposed the truth. The school owner and his followers were arrested. Families finally got answers about their missing children. Gloria's Heights School was shut down, and the buildings were left empty. Rejoice later received an award for her bravery. She said, "I only did what was right. No one should suffer in silence." Since then, many people say that at night, if you pass by the old school, you can still hear the sound of drums from the forest. But this time, they belong to the spirits of those who were lost.